let's add some window openings. So basically, when we add these in 2D, we're just drawing rectangles to represent the opening of the door or the window. So again, reference that concept, that bedroom concept PDF to see the distance of our openings. We're going to start over here with this doorway into the bedroom. And you can see that it's 1'9" from this inside corner. So we're not measuring from the exterior, we're measuring from the interior. Grab your tape measure tool, so T for tape, and then hover over this edge. We don't want to grab it from the end point. I mean, we could, but that would give us a guide point and not a guideline. You want to move up here and come over as though you're standing in the corner of the space and letting out your tape measure. So again, it's T for tape, red square, not green dot, red square. Click release and move your cursor to the left. Now that we've told it which direction we'd like to go, we can simply type in the distance. Remember, there's no need to click in the lower right-hand corner. It's always waiting for our input. So I'm going to type 1'9", enter, for 1 foot and 9 inches from this wall to this point. And that's going to give us some intersection points so that we know where to start our doorway. Now, from that guideline, click release and move to the left again, and we're going to type 3 feet. So 3 feet, enter. Now grab your rectangle tool, this icon here, or the letter R. Reference those red X's, those intersection points, click release, and click release. Now we have an opening. You can go to Edit, Delete Guides to get rid of those, and you can hit your space bar. My space bar is basically the tool that saves me from myself. It will do no damage to my model. It will just allow me to select things, and that's not really going to affect it in any way other than what's pre-selected. So I hit my space bar and then I click around a bit to make sure that the face actually did cut through in the way that I intended, because sometimes we'll end up like this. We'll grab our rectangle tool, we'll go like maybe like that. We're like, oh yeah, that looks great. But if I click here, and I'm seeing a little bit of highlighting here, then I know that it's sneaking through. I may need to zoom in and I can see it highlighted. I know it looks pretty obvious right now, but sometimes we just need to see that. Or it may look something like this when you zoom out. It may just look like a thicker line, especially when you zoom out this far. If you're seeing some thickness here with the profiles off, that's a good indicator that something's wrong. So I'm going to back up and start again. So R for rectangle, intersection to intersection, and then I just like to click around. Now I'll get rid of those guidelines, edit, delete guides. And if you're ever, not sure, don't remember where something is, you can always click on this magnifying glass here to search. You can just type in delete, and there is delete guides and custom shortcuts. So I have a custom shortcut set that we talk about in other classes. I have it set for W. But by default, there is no shortcut for delete guide, so you can click it there. All right, let's move up to the corner over here and add in the other doorway. So this one's going to be 3 foot from the corner and then 3 feet wide. So T for tape, red square, not in this direction, that's parallel. We want to go up here, or excuse me, that was perpendicular. We want to parallel from this corner. Act as though you're standing against this wall and letting your tape measure out to measure 3 feet from this corner. So I'm going to type 3 feet, enter, to get a guideline that is 3 feet from the corner. Now we want 3 foot from that point, so click release, move down that green, and 3 feet, enter. Grab your rectangle tool and go from intersection to intersection, and then hit your space bar and do some little clicking around here. All right, looking good. You can go back to delete guides or edit, delete guides. You can also leave them in there until we're done. Just might start to look a little busy. All right, so now we're going to put in the slider and these 2 windows here. Let's start with our slider, T for tape, inside corner. It's going to take some getting used to because a lot of people want to start from here because that's the wall we're on. But we don't need a guideline that's parallel with the wall. We need a guideline that's perpendicular with the wall so that we get intersection points on each of these edges. So it takes some getting used to, but you want to go from here up instead of from the wall you're drawing on. So click release, and we're going to type 4'3", enter for 4'3". And then that slider is going to be 5'11". So again, click release on the guideline that you just created, move upwards and type 5'11", enter. Now R for rectangle. We're going from intersection to intersection, spacebar as we think about our next step. We'll do some clicking around, some investigating real quick. And your investigating may feel kind of slow at first. Like when you're clicking around, you might be like, okay, let's really make sure. But the more you use SketchUp, you're going to notice things that are wrong with it right away. And you're going to do the undo tool or fix it. But the more you use it, the faster you're going to be at drawing these rectangles. Like, for example, this entire footprint with the windows and doorways that I've drawn so far would just take me a couple of minutes. So if this is feeling like it's taking forever for you, not to worry. That's how it is for everybody in the beginning, and it's going to get faster. Now let's look at those windows. They're going to be 1 foot in from the wall and 3 feet wide. So T for tape, click release. We're going to type 1 foot, enter, and then another at 3 foot wide. Same thing over here, 1 foot, enter, and 3 feet wide. Now R for rectangle, click release, and click release. Click release, and click release. All right, so let's get rid of those guidelines and see where we're at. Edit, delete guides. All right, so we've got door and window openings. So for the doorways, we actually want to kind of open it up and take the threshold away, sort of like this. But if we take away both thresholds, like for example, if we get rid of that one, we're going to lose our floor face here, and we don't want that. We want to leave it intact. So I'm going to undo that. Let's go ahead and just leave this as is. And then same thing for here. For these two doorways, let's just erase the inner edge. Delete, and select this one and hit delete. Don't delete the face here. You want to leave that in place because we are going to add a texture to it. We're going to add our wood texture. So leave that there. Make sure that when you're selecting this, you're not deleting it. If you accidentally delete it and you see whiteness here, like behind this, and you don't have anything to click, you can heal that face by grabbing your line tool, L for line, and drawing a line from endpoint to endpoint, and SketchUp will trigger a healing of that face. So it's sort of like if we drew a rectangle over here, deleted the face, and then we drew the line back to here, we get a face back. So that's just a helpful function of SketchUp. It's trying to help us heal things. All right, so the end goal here is to have two windows, 1 sliding door, and then 2 traditional swing doors. One that goes to the closet and then one that goes into the bedroom. So next we are going to be push-pulling this into 3D